I'm on safari in Tanzania with the Sony 100-400, and I'm going to spoil this review up front and say I have absolutely no complaints about this lens. But if you want to stick around to see some really nice cheetah shots and hear my thoughts on using it with the 1.4 extender, you can do that. This is Sony's 100-400, and it's really Sony Shooter's only option for telephoto lenses right now. The Sony 100-400 f4.5-5.6 lens. You've got your autofocus switch, you've got your focus limiter, optical steady shot, 2 modes, the second for more active or panning, an assignable customizable button, typically is set for focus hold, a removable tripod collar with an additional removable foot, a zoom stiffness adjustment, and a nice lens hood with a filter door. Alright, so we've moved on from the Serengeti down into Ngorongoro Crater, where we've got some rhinos off in the distance having a bit of a standoff. Now they're quite off in the distance, so I'm using the 1.4 teleconverter along with my 100-400 and shooting a little bit of video. Now the A7R3's got 2 extra modes. You've got, of course, APS-C, which crops in a little bit more, so that's 560 millimeters cropped to 1.5 times, somewhere around 800 and something. And then you can go into a clear view zoom, which crops in a little bit further, no loss of quality, still shooting 4K, total maximum of 1260 millimeters. It's pretty impressive. The trick is, of course, stabilizing. Now, in the car, we're on bean bags. We all stay fairly still, but there are times where you're all the way out at 1260 millimeters. It's very difficult to keep it stable at that distance. One of the other features that I love about this 100-400 is its close focusing distance, just under a meter, which is fantastic when these creatures, lions right now, walk right past your vehicle. It's also great if you're photographing butterflies or insects. It's a very versatile lens. Talking about the versatility of this lens, it works as a fantastic portrait lens too. We haven't talked about the sharpness or the optics yet, but they are fantastic. And that, along with 100 millimeters at f4.5, can give you some lovely portraits. So we can start to wrap this review up. We're trying to wrap this trip up, but you can see the road behind me is currently a river, so we're stuck. The bridge is washed out. We're going to see how we get home. You should subscribe and see if I put up any more reviews after this, or if I'm still stuck in Africa with really poor internet. Alright, what I haven't talked about so far is the 1.4 teleconverter. I've been using that along with this lens on the trip, and I can highly recommend it as well. It gets you out to 560 millimeters. You do end up at f8 at that aperture when using the teleconverter, but I don't notice any decrease in autofocusing speed or capabilities. It works really well. Quality is still excellent, maybe a tiny bit softer, but when you start with a lens this sharp, it is really a minor difference. So overall, I've been extremely happy with this setup on this trip. I'm happy to recommend it. Links to buy these are right down below, and your use of those links greatly supports what we do here at PhotoRec.tv. And as I said, make sure you subscribe, and if you found this review helpful or useful, hit that thumbs up button as well. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.